Hare Krishna. Harika Mataji, వినిపిస్తుందా? Okay, so we are good to start. So we read till verse 25, but wanted to go through from 21, I think, this verse. So someone would like to read from verse 21 till 44, I think.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Would you like to read?
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please go on.
Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. With the glories of devotional service, text 21. The symptoms of a sadhu are that he is tolerant, merciful, and friendly to all living entities. He has no enemies, he is peaceful, he abides by the scriptures, and all his characteristics are sublime. Such a sadhu engages in staunch devotional service to the Lord without deviation. For the sake of the Lord, he renounces all other connections such as family, relationships, and friendly acquaintances within the world. Engaged constantly in chanting and hearing about me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the sadhus do not suffer from material miseries because they are always filled with thoughts of my pastimes and activities. O my mother, O virtuous lady, these are the qualities of great devotees who are free from all attachment. You must seek attachment to such holy men, for this counteracts the pernicious effects of material attachment. In the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation, and thereafter he is freed, and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotion and devotional service begins. Thus, consciously engaged in devotional service in the association of devotees, a person gains distaste for sense gratification, both in this world and in the next, by constantly thinking about the activities of the Lord. This process of Krishna consciousness is the easiest process of mystic power when one is actually situated on that path of devotional service. He is able to control the mind. Thus, by not engaging in the service of the modes of material nature, but by developing Krishna consciousness, knowledge in renunciation, and by practicing yoga, in which the mind is always fixed in devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one achieves my association in this very life. For I am the Supreme Personality, the Absolute Truth. On hearing this statement of the Lord, Devahuti inquired, what kind of devotional service is worth developing and practicing to help me easily and immediately attain the service of your lotus feet? The mystic yoga system, as you have explained, aims at the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is meant for completely ending material existence. Please let me know the nature of that yoga system. How many ways are there by which one can understand in truth that sublime yoga? My dear son, Kapila, after all, I am a woman. It is very difficult for me to understand the absolute truth because my intelligence is not very great. But if you will kindly explain it to me, even though I am not very intelligent, I can understand it and thereby feel transcendental happiness. Sri Maitreya said, after hearing the statement of his mother, Kapila could understand her purpose and he became compassionate towards her because of being born of her body. He described the Sankhya system of philosophy, which is a combination of devotional service and mystic realization, as received disciplic succession, received by the disciplic succession. Lord Kapila said, the senses are symbolic representation of the demigods, and their natural inclination is to work under the direction of the Vedic injunctions. As the senses are representatives of demigods, so the mind is representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The mind's natural duty is to serve. When that service spirit is engaged in devotional service to the personality of Godhead without any motive, that is far better even than salvation. Bhakti, devotional service, dissolves the subtle body of the living entity without separate effort, just as fire in the stomach digests all that we eat. A pure devotee who is attached to the activities of devotional service and who always engages in the service of my lotus feet never deserves to become one with me. Such a devotee who is unflinchingly engaged always glorifies my pastimes and activities. O my mother, my devotees always see the smiling face of my form, with eyes like the rising morning sun. They like to see my various transcendental forms, which are all benevolent, and they also talk favorably with me. Upon seeing the charming forms of the Lord, smiling and attractive, and hearing his very pleasing words, the pure devotee almost loses all other consciousness. His senses are freed from all other engagements, and he becomes absorbed in devotional service. Thus, in spite of his unwillingness, he attains liberation without separate endeavor. Thus, because he is completely absorbed in thought of me, the devotee does not desire even the highest benediction obtainable in the upper planetary systems. Could you upper planetary systems, including Satyaloka. He does not desire the 8 material perfections obtained from mystic yoga, nor does he desire to be elevated to the kingdom of God. Yet, even without desiring them, the devotee enjoys, even in this life, all the offered benedictions. The Lord continued, my dear mother, devotees who receive such transcendental opulences are never bereft of them. Neither weapons nor the change of time can destroy such opulences. Because the devotees accept me as their friend, their relative, their son, preceptor, benefactor, and supreme deity, they cannot be deprived of their possessions at any time. Thus, the devotee who worships me, the all pervading Lord of the universe, is unflinching devotional service, gives up all aspirations to be promoted to heavenly planets or to become happy in this world with wealth, children, cattle, home, or anything in relationship with the body. I take him to the other side of the birth and death. Until here, Prabhuji, or I can't.
Continue.
Yeah. The terrible fear of birth and death can never be forsaken by anyone who resorts to any shelter other than myself. For I am the Almighty Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the original source of all creation and also the Supreme Soul of all souls. It is because of my supremacy that the wind blows out of fear of me, the sun shines out of fear of me, and the Lord of the clouds, Indra, sends sends forth showers out of fear of me. Fire burns out of fear of me, and death goes about taking its toll out of fear of me. The yogis, equipped with transcendental knowledge and renunciation and engaged in devotional service for their eternal benefit, take shelter of my lotus feet. And since I am the Lord, they are thus eligible to enter into the kingdom of Godhead without fear. Therefore, persons whose minds are fixed on the Lord engage in the intensive practice of devotional service. That is the only means for attainment of the final perfection of life. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Radhika, thank you. A lot of teachings that you have read for the day.
Yeah, nice to read.
Okay, let's begin. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tatvachayam Udhirayet. Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopese Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. Okay, so thank you very much once again for reading. I think we will carry from this section, text number 21, that we are in this conversation, a wonderful conversation between mother and the child, but the child is not an ordinary child. The child is the Lord himself, and the mother is seeking the best uh, from the best opportunity she has. Though she is already well versed with so many great qualities, but the perfection can be only granted by the Lord. And this is what Devahuti is trying to attract, this attention of the Lord being present so that she can make her life successful in this very life. And the verse we are talking, maybe the connection is text 20. He's saying, every learned man knows very well that attachment for the material is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul. Here, the word every learned man, yeah, makes it very clear. Are we literate or are we illiterate? If we are illiterate, what is the sign of it? The symptoms and signs of it is that in illiteracy, we don't know what we are doing, we don't know what we know, we don't know what is good, what is bad. But if a person is learned in the right way, not the material science and saying as learned, but the hmm, spiritual, yeah, the real knowledge, yeah, Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam. So that confidential, most important, most valuable knowledge, if that is seeked, then it is very clear. What is clear? That one can open the door with that knowledge by service. But that same attachment, when applied to the self-realized devotees, open the doors of liberation. And now let's try to understand who is a learned man. Hmm? Because we all want to be successful. There is no doubt about it. Everyone want to be successful. Even if one wants to be just a failure, he is also seeking success in that failure. So our activities, what we are doing, is always oriented towards how to be successful. And how can we know that? Is by understanding a sadhu. And here is the qualities given. Yeah. So, and this is a very famous referred verse. Yeah. And gives us 6 characteristics of a sadhu. These are secondary characteristics. Titikshasva karunika suhrada sarvadehinam ajata shatrava shanta sadhava sadhubhushana. Sadhubhushana is the ornament of a sadhu. Or it's also say if we see word to word translation, it says that adorned with sublime characteristics. Sadhu bhushana, adorned. Bhushana means to adorn, and sadhu with the sublime characteristics. And the translation goes: the symptoms of a sadhu are that he is tolerant, merciful, and friendly to all living entities. He has no enemies, he is peaceful, he abides by the scriptures, and all his characteristics are sublime. So we go one by one and understand and appreciate the importance of such a quality of a sadhu. All of us are very much attracted to a sadhu. Yeah, by nature we are looking for a person who is very tolerant. Whatever I speak, whatever, yeah, maybe I don't have this vacho vegam, manasendriya vegam. So we have so many urges, and when we have these urges and when we are talking, we want to see a person who is tolerant, who can bear with us, uh, and that is the quality of a sadhu, that he is very tolerant. Yeah, just like a blade of grass doesn't uh, attack a person who is stamping on it. Yeah, but we see that it's very very tolerant. And a sadhu is not just thinking, having the spirit of you attacked me, let me attack you. You insulted me, let me insult you. Or I have given you so much, you have not given anything. So he is not in this business. Sadhu means one who is very tolerant and also very merciful. It's not just a passive activity of uh, not taking up the next step. Yeah, here we see that a devotee, yeah, a sadhu, he knows that without devotional service to the Lord, human life is spoiled. Mm. A devotee travels all over the country from door to door preaching, be Krishna conscious, be a devotee of the Lord Krishna. Don't spoil your life in simply fulfilling your animal propensities. So this is what a sadhu is doing very, very tolerantly against all kinds of turbulences, mm, all kinds of circumstances, whether pleasing, not pleasing, comfort, not comfort, but still he is taking all this and trying to make or spread Krishna consciousness all over. Uh, so these are the preachings of sadhu. He is not satisfied with his own liberation. That comes to the next point, which is karunika. Karuna, we know mercy. Karunika uh, is a qualification that one is not just happy that I am happy. That is the purpose of life, how to be happy. Yeah, usually from our childhood, we have been doing every activity in our life so that we think, how can I be happy? How can I make happy me and my family, my relatives, my world? This is what this is goes in the direction of that goes in the direction of yeah, maybe thinking, yeah, after all, now I am happy, let me also be see others happy. But the challenge is that it is not that I fall in a pit and I am also encouraging everyone, hey, this place is so nice, come and fall in this pit. It is something like I went to a movie theater, I watched a movie, and this movie is very very um, bad. Yeah, was not so. Yeah, it's a flop movie. But if I come out and if someone is asking me how is the movie, and if I'm saying yes, it's so good, so I'm encouraging others also to get into this, and then they also fall. Or because I don't know what is real happiness, because I have seen a very nice horror movie which is so pleasing to me. I am also encouraging others, saying, "Hey, it's so nice. Go and you also spoil." So in that way, we do not know. So that is not real humanity. Humanity is not just a feeling, which is anyway natural to always serve others, to always make others happy. That is anyway there. But the thing is, if we don't know, how can we be part of giving mercy to others? So to become a Krishna conscious devotee is giving a requirement uh, to the world that okay, only if one is a sadhu, then he can bring good to the society, he can be merciful, he can be valuable to the society. So, and that is what is referred here as Karunik. He always thinks about others. He is the most compassionate personality towards all the fallen souls. Therefore, one of his qualifications is Karunika, great mercy to the fallen souls. Srila Prabhupada at that age, he went in all odd times. There was so it's not like okay, US was a paradise that everything is there as soon as you land in US. It's not like what we want right now. We think that we are suffering very badly here. As soon as if I enter the flight of Vaikunta, land Vaikunta, then everything is taken care. No more pain, and all facilities are given to me. Yeah, I am escorted with all things because anyway, Vaikunta planet is having no problem at all. Now, this is our expectation. Uh, it is not that Prabhupada went to US because US is very advanced. That okay, after going there, yeah, maybe in Vrindavan, one has to what do you call get his own water from a well or from a river nearby. Uh, Everything is very austerity, but in US, if you just push a button, everything is there. All comforts are there. So why not? It's so nice country. After all, material advancement is for our pleasure. So let me go there. No. So that is not a sadhu. Uh, Attention, interest. A sadhu interest is it doesn't matter where it is, yeah, whether it is Africa, whether it is America, where there is suffering, how to go there, how to what do you call this? Rettungswagen, ambulance, yeah, rescue, rescue team, yeah, rescue, uh, to go and rescue, and then uh, why he is so merciful, not just with the thought, but he also was very tolerant after going there. Yeah. So he is also very tolerant. He didn't get distracted after going to US. Yeah, it is something like after going to a very nice comfort place, na? What we think is okay. After all, Lord has a plan for me to give comfort. So He has sent me to this nice place. So I am here enjoying all comforts. Uh, yeah, when Lord doesn't want, He will anyway take, but He has given now. So let me enjoy. No, Prabhupada was not enjoying even in US where it's so advanced. He didn't think that this is an opportunity, golden opportunity. Hmm. Actually, he was seeing it as a golden opportunity to help others. Uh, it's not like okay, now as soon as I have gone to that place, and now I have been given a very nice boat to go into that ocean. Huh? But what is the purpose of this boat? Was to pull some people, put on the boat, and bring it them all outside. Yeah. So Prabhupada is very very careful in how to carefully bring people out, and people were not interested. Yeah, people they see this rescue boat is yeah they have their own doubts. They were thinking this rescue boat is something that can um, take them to something else where there is no happiness. Yeah. So where there is no happiness, who wants to go? They thought, okay, no, no, let me rot in this place. But Prabhupada, very, very patiently, painstakingly, yeah, he had triggered the spirit of devotion in each of them. It is just like lighting a candle when there is a wind blowing. Needs lot of tolerance. It's a lot of patience. It's not so easy task. Every now and then, when you want, you have a matchstick, you turn it on. When you bring to the diya, then again there is a wind. And then after 10 matchsticks, we either give up or get frustrated. Huh? Prabhupada was very, very tolerant in spite of such a calamities came one by one. It's not that there was a blank check from Krishna saying that if you go there, there is no problem. There was not even a check. Prabhupada was in in that condition, circumstances where, yeah, for us that problem would have been unbearable. Yeah, we can't handle. So Prabhupada could handle mainly because he is a sadhu. And we see why, because he is very, very tolerant. And not only tolerant, uh, in that spirit of, this determination and dedication, there is also the spirit of mercy. Because he wanted to bring this message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to everyone so that their life is successful, he went through that. And then someone may sadhu, while engaging in preaching work, he has to meet with so many opposing elements, and therefore the sadhu uh, has to be very tolerant. Someone may ill-treat him because the conditioned souls are not prepared to receive the transcendental knowledge. They do not like it. That is their disease. So this is our problem. This is our problem where we are going to a reformatory spot. What is it called? Rehabilitation or I don't know what is the mental hospitals called now? No, no, no. There is a nice healthy word. I think refa. No, you have doctor. What do we call mental hospitals these days?
Rehabilitation center.
Rehabilitation centers, na?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So yeah, so we are in that world. Even if we want to do good, people will, yeah, not understand it. And when we push it more hard, they will even kick us. Yeah, in the case of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we know this, right? Jagai Madhai, that when Nityananda Prabhu is telling that give up all these bad habits, even now, in spite of you have done so many um, things that one could imagine. Yeah, it's not possible. But if you take shelter at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that's it. If you just chant Hare Krishna, that's it. When but what is happening, because Jagai Madhai were in a diseased condition, they were not able to appreciate devotion. Sometimes devotees are personally attacked with violence. Just like Lord Jesus Christ was crucified, Haridas Thakur was caned in 22 marketplaces, and Lord Chaitanya's personal assistant Nityananda was violently attacked by Jagai Madhai. But still, they were very tolerant because their mission was to deliver the fallen souls. One of the qualifications of a sadhu is that he is very tolerant and is merciful to all fallen souls. He is merciful because he is a well-wisher of all living entities. He is not only a well-wisher of human society but also a well-wisher of animal society. It is said here, Sarva Dehinam, which indicates all living entities uh, who have accepted material body. Not only does the human being have a material body, but other living entities such as cats and dogs also have material bodies. So in that way, devotee is merciful to everyone, cats, dogs, trees, etc. He treats all living entities in such a way that they can ultimately get salvation from this material entanglement. Shivananda Sen, one of the disciples of Lord Chaitanya, gave liberation to a dog by treating the dog transcendentally. There are many instances where a dog got salvation by association with a sadhu because the sadhu engages in the highest philanthropical activities for benediction of living entities. Anyway, so this is what is. Yet, although a sadhu is not inimical towards anyone, the world is so ungrateful. The world is so ungrateful that even a sadhu has many enemies. Yeah. This is what in Kali Yuga, because our level of understanding the greatness of a person is very poor. We are not able to appreciate the greatness of a person. Why? Because we are more thinking. We have more filters, more screens before we can see a person. It is just like parda. There is one parda, then another parda, and then when the other person is there, we are not able to find who has come. Only when these curtains are taken off, then we can see the Lord or the person who is giving this message. So, because we are not seeing the person clearly, uh, we also misidentify him as our enemy. Uh, this identification crisis comes because we do not know ourselves, we do not know others, we do not know the Lord. So much problem that we are in ignorance or in what you call blindness. And because of this blindness of all these paradas, all these anarthas, that's why we are seeing a sadhu as enemy. And in spite of that, a sadhu is still merciful, and that's why for him there are no enemies. Yeah, we know this. Yudhishthir Maharaj is called Ajata Shatru. Yeah, the question may come that there are so many kings, there were so many wars. How can we say that Yudhishthir Maharaj is Ajata Shatru? Why? Because he didn't have enmity with them. It is only they had enmity with him. Usually in a war we see now when two people are fighting, we think both are enemies. No, it is still possible one person is not an enemy of other. Where he always still says, if you want to stop, I can stop. I don't have enmity with you. If you just follow dharma, I am fine to establish dharma. I can leave it in your hands. If you violate the laws of nature uh, and cause inconvenience, then yeah, I have to correct it. Still, you are my friend. Yeah, just like Prabhupada said, na, someone asked, why are you calling someone rascal? Prabhupada said, because I love him so much. Mm. And what is the difference between an enemy and a friend? It is a difference in behavior. A sadhu behaves with all conditioned souls for their ultimate relief from material entanglement. Therefore, no one can be more friendly than a sadhu. A friend means a friend is helping when a person is lost in this world. He doesn't know what to do. huh? And a sadhu means one who follows the principles of scriptures and at the same time is a devotee of the Lord. One who actually follows the principles of scriptures must be a devotee of God because all the Shastras instruct us to obey the order of Lord. So if we are saying, um, what is this word called? Hmm. If we are saying that we have read Shastras, or if we are saying that I am knowledgeable in the science of spirituality, but if we do not engage in devotion, then we have not understood the Shastras properly. So, therefore, sadhu means a follower of Shastric injunction. It is not like a novel. I have read volume 1, volume 2, and so many volumes of these wonderful books. But are we taking up the spirit of what Lord wants us to do? Are we taking up the spirit what the devotees of the Lord want us to do? And are we doing it? Uh, all these characteristics are prominent in a devotee. A devotee develops all the good qualities of the demigods, whereas a non devotee, even though academically qualified, has no actual good qualifications or good characteristics according to the standard of transcendental realization. So that's why these are very very important. Titikshasva karunika. Yeah, I'm just repeat. Titikshasva karunika suhrada sarva dehinam. Yeah, he is friendly to all. Ajata shatrava shanta. He has no enemies. Uh, and sadhava sadhubhushana. So these are the characteristics of a sadhu. Let's proceed further. Yeah. Okay. The symptoms of a sadhu are that he is. Yeah, we finished that. Next, such a sadhu engages in staunch devotional service to the Lord without deviation. Ananya, I think that is a word that's referred here as well. Hey, sit. My ananye, so ananyena bhavena bhaktim kurvanti ye dridam. Yeah, here it says that such a sadhu engages in staunch devotional service without deviation. Ananyena bhava. Yeah, bhav means where our mind is actively applied. And what kind of bhav? Ananyena bhava. Ananyena means no other thought in anything else, undeviated. And but what? What is bhaktim? Devotional service. Kurvanti. Our mind should be engaged in such a way that whatever activity we are doing now, knowingly and unknowingly, with effort, without effort, should all go in the direction of devotion. Hmm? So such a person is a sadhu. This is the list of all activities that are qualifying one to become a sadhu. Uh, that a person in the renounced order of life, a sannyasi, is also called a sadhu because he renounced everything, his home, his comfort, his friends, his relatives, his duties to friends and families. So he renounces everything for the sake of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A sannyasi is generally in renounced order of life, but his renunciation will be successful only when his energy is employed in the service of Lord, uh, with great austerity. So a sannyasi should understand the purpose of his job. Mm. It is not cool to have a saffron cloth. It's not so cool because yeah, no responsibilities. It's not so cool because a sannyasi is considered very high in the society. That is not the thing. It is that he practices the renounced order of life with a purpose of giving Krishna to everyone against all austerities. It is said here, therefore, Bhaktim Kurvanti Ye Dridam, a person who seriously engages in the service of Lord and is in the renounced order of life is a sadhu. A sadhu is one who has given up all the responsibility to society, family, and worldly affairs simply for the service of the Lord. Yeah, usually we see, right, some people they have a passion of working, and they come to the point that this human society is rotting. This human society is rotting. Let me do something to the society. And then he comes up with some hospitals, he comes up with some um, society for world and etc. etc. Yeah. Why? Because their nature is inside to serve everyone. Yeah. But the challenge is, can we serve without getting the mercy of the Lord? Uh, isn't it so crazy idea just that I want to serve you, I take the property from her without even permission from her, not even knowing that that's her property. Huh? I just found her property, I just wanted to use it and please you. It looks great for you, it looks odd for her, isn't it? Yeah. This is what kind of a bridge system where we think that okay, we are doing great to the society. I don't see God anywhere. I only see in my work as God. But why? Where is the air coming? Where is the water coming? Where is the soil coming? Everything is coming still from the Lord, isn't it? Live there. So that is what is called Rakshasa. No, Asuri Varnashrama. Asuri Varnashrama is not seeing who is the owner. They're saying whatever I find, that is what I will take. This is something like um, a bus stopped, and then whoever just gets in and gets the seat, that is his. Yeah, the best spot. Just imagine there is a reservation system that I don't know. I don't care. If I have more power, I will even. Yeah, this is what happens in trains, especially when we go into the more this Ahmedabad, Allahabad, and all these areas, right? We start seeing that there is no system. The even the ticket, what do you call TC controllers, they don't interfere. The guy in one berth, there will be 10 people sitting, sleeping, whatever. Huh? Reservation doesn't matter. So that is what is called Asuri Varnashram, which means wherever I have power, with power, whatever I get, that is mine. A person who engages seriously in the service of the Lord and is in the renounced order of life is called sadhu. So we should understand that who is a sadhu is very, very important, because we don't want to entertain everyone calling us, hey, you are such a great, nice person. Yeah, but if you are drinking alcohol or if you are doing engaging in some nonsense, but huh, why do you want to know about my personal life? That is my personal life. I have habits for my own purpose, for my own pleasure. I can drink wine, I can spoil myself, but I'm doing great to the society. Yeah, in that way, people project themselves. But how long can that go on? When we are getting spoiled, how long can we give good to others? It is something like a torchlight, but the battery of the torchlight is coming down. How long can we do? We need to recharge it with some sukriti that we got the opportunity to serve someone, but doesn't guarantee that if we can all do all the bad things and yeah. But usually people, what they do is they do something bad, and to cover that bad, they do something good. They think that this good will compensate my bad. No, what will happen is the good will give us good reaction, but will not wipe the bad reactions. The bad things still have to be done. So if I hit you and if I say sorry, it doesn't work. You have to really be very careful and really please him when you say sorry. Anyway, so each of these words will take one full 1 hour. In that way, we'll be spending 4 weeks only in this. Bhaktim kurvantiye dhrudam. A person who seriously engages in service of the Lord and is in renounced order of life is a sadhu. So this is where we can understand. A sadhu is one who has given up all responsibility to society, family, and worldly humanitarianism simply for the service of the Lord. And for that also we are criticized. Hmm? People ask, when Radhanath Maharaj was in an airport in Delhi, the environment minister, she came to Maharaj and she said, why you people all do this? You spoil. Uh, what is the use of all these big speeches that you give? Uh, who will take care of the society? Yeah, he's only talking. Everything is done. That will clean. Who is so many people after one yatra when they go to India, they throw a lot of rubbish everywhere. The water in the river is spoiled. What happened? I don't know. Harika Mataji, can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji.
I don't know why Sudhir Prabhu is calling me.
Oh, okay. He called me also, Prabhuji, but again
Yeah.
I tried calling. Yeah, I will call you.
Okay.
Hello?
Nice ringtone. Yeah, you can go on mute.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So what I was saying is that yeah, the minister was challenging. Yeah, and that too, Radhanath Maharaj just landed from international flight. He was on a transit flight. He was in Delhi, and yeah, when there is so much plastic and everything thrown, yeah, after eating, where you put the rubbish? Not everywhere everyone does like you. Mm. Everywhere they throw all biscuit packets covers and chocolate covers, banana leaves, banana skin all over. And then what happens? The whole environment is messed up. And she had a very valid point, right? After all, uh, isn't it our responsibility to take care of our society, nation properly? And she said, and then Maharaj was saying, it is so nice of you that you are doing such a service, that you are cleaning. But what I am trying to do is I'm cleaning from inside. Yeah, cleaning, if it doesn't happen from inside, doesn't matter. Even if 10 years, 20 years now, the burden keeps increasing. So a sadhu is so merciful that even he is helping that minister. But what is happening? But the person is not able to see. The person is not able to see. Of course, she really appreciated. She understood the point because Unless this learning, unless this knowledge is given to everyone that you do this, this is good, you do this, this is good. Uh, After all, we are all servants of the Lord. We are not the masters of ourselves, and everyone is servants of us. This knowledge, when it brings that reforms, and when that is there, then we take care of the nature very well. Yeah, so she accepted and appreciated that. When he gives up all such obligations for the sake of the service of the Lord, he is not punished for such renunciation and obligation. Yeah. So in that way, uh, this sadhu's qualities are so important. Such a sadhu, he is in this what ananya bhaktim, ananyeva. Let me read the word ananya bhavena bhaktim. Hmm? And then, what are the activities of such sadhu? Is that uh, how do we identify a sadhu? After all, we are saying that sadhu is such a nice person, but how do we identify such a person? Is mentioned in the next verse. Hmm? Who is engaged constantly in chanting and hearing about me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The sadhus do not suffer from material miseries because they are always filled with thoughts of my pastimes and activities. There are actually two things in this. There are two things. One thing is telling about the activity itself, and the second part is telling what is the benefit of that. Mad ashraya kata mrista shrinvanti kathayanti cha. Hearing and chanting. Tapanti vividha tapa tapatraya. We know that these are miseries. Yeah. Naitan mata gata chetasa. And then here it says there are multifarious miseries. Miseries caused by body, mind, and um, the other beings. Hmm? But a sadhu is not disturbed by such miserable conditions because his mind is always filled with Krishna consciousness, and thus he does not uh, like to talk about anything but the activities of the Lord. So that is the medicine. So if at all we want to be happy, if at all we want to be successful, what is the way is that we shouldn't get disturbed with these miseries that come either from our own mind and body, from others, from the nature. Uh, we should always see that this is what is reality. Yesterday Maharaj was saying this material world is perfect, and we are saying it's an imperfect. What is true? It is perfectly imperfect. It is perfectly imperfect, which means Lord cannot create anything imperfect. That should be perfect. In that perfect, there is this imperfection so that we learn out something and then get out. Just imagine if in this perfection everything is so perfect, then we will settle here because then we will forget everything. So Lord purposefully, perfectly made this imperfect world. Hmm? So Ambarish Maharaj did not speak anything but the pastimes of the Lord. Vachamsi Vaikunta Gunanu Varnane. This is the sloka that is in the ninth canto, where Ambarish Maharaj, how he engages in activities. Why? Because Ambarish Maharaj is a great sadhu. Though he is on an administration, he is a king, but still his activities were sadhu, which means anyone in any kind of life can become a sadhu. It is not that one has to renounce everything, one has to become a sannyasi. Only after becoming sannyasi he will become a sadhu. No. Uh, he engaged his words only in the glorification of the Lord. Sadhu is always interested in hearing about the activities of the Lord or his devotees. Since they are filled with Krishna consciousness, they are forgetful of material miseries. That is the second part. Uh, the activities are anyway there. But what is this activities power is that's why they forget miseries. It's not that they don't have miseries. They can easily forget because they don't have time to think about miseries. As yesterday Maharaj was saying, problem, don't think about the problem. Here also in the same spirit we have this. On the other hand, such devotees always engage in the topics of the Lord. When the katha is going on, when he is Shrinvanti Kathayanti Cha, yeah, then what is happening is we will forget everything. And that is the secret. So if at all we want to be, we cannot envy a sadhu. So nice. No, it's so easy practice. We don't have to struggle so much. Yeah, it's not like okay, I envy Bill Gates. Who is that? Bill Gates. I envy the rich man. Who is that? Musk. Huh? No, we don't have to struggle so much like them, and we can get superior happiness than them. Why? Just by hearing katha. If we just hear katha, uh, what Varahadev has done, what Kurma Avatar, what Hanuman did, that's it. We are very happy. We know that, oh, there is so much strength we can get. There is so much blessing we can get. Uh, so that is the characteristics of a sadhu, uh, and activities of him. And now uh, he's saying to Devahuti that these are the qualities of great devotees who are free from all attachment. On the other side, I would say that by developing these qualities, one develops detachment. So it is not that one is born sadhu, one is preparing himself to become a sadhu. It is not that he is a blessed guy, he is having no problems, he is having no ill feeling about others. No, these are something that one can also develop qualities. And for such a person, there is no problem. Why? Because he knows how to see things as it is. He knows whether this will give me pain, this will give me happiness, this will give me good, this will give me bad. He knows everything. And because he knows everything, he knows it is something like um, what to touch, what not to touch. Yeah, as soon as if you touch something, right, there could be this poison on the leaves that can hurt. Hmm? Or it could be something that is burning or acid that can affect. No, he very well can see things are what is matter, what is not matter, and then engage in the activity because we anyway have to engage ourselves in doing something. But what we do, a sadhu is a perfect role model for us. And then here, uh, what is that happens in the association? And this verse 25 is very, very important. I think, yeah, maybe Harika Mataji, Radhika Mataji can comment later on this. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti hrit karna rasayana katha taj joshanad asva apavarga vartmani shraddha ratir bhaktir anukramishyati. In the association of pure devotees, the discussion of pastimes and activities of the Supreme Lord is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear. That's why we forget everything. When even it's not possible for ourselves to be happy. But as soon as when we are hearing the katha from uh, from a pure devotee, in the association of pure devotees, when the katha is going on, then we forget everything. It is very pleasing and satisfying to the ears and the heart. Hrid and karna. What is the word used? Hrid karna rasayana. Rasayana, usually we have this meaning of chemical, na? Rasayan Shastra. Yeah. What rasayan also means is that pleasing. Rasa ayana. And this is coming of, we know this rasa, right? Mellow, with what we can engage in the Lord service. Yeah. Katha. Yeah. Rasayana, katha. And then what is happening is that uh, Joshanath. Joshanath means to cultivate. Now, what are we doing? What kind of cultivation is going on? Of liberation. Yeah. And then by cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation. And thereafter, he is freed and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotion and devotional service begin. So, one thing is about who is a sadhu, what is his characters, what are his activities, and then next we are coming into this that okay, what is the benefit? How can one execute a plan in devotion is mentioned here, and in the purport there is a very Sorry. So here this purport is so dear for us because this is giving the secret through which we can become always happy. Always happy. What is that? The process of advancing in Krishna consciousness and devotional service is described here. The first point is that one must seek the association of persons who are Krishna conscious and who engage in devotional service. Without such association, one cannot make advancement. Simply by theoretical knowledge or study, one cannot make any appreciable advancement. It is only when one is in the association of devotees, then he is working, hearing, doing, and then he becomes successful. One must, and in Prabhupada also says, one must give up the association of non-devotees. Why? Because one way we are cleaning our heart, we are removing all bad habits. But then when we are associating, our mind starts absorbing this, what do you call pollens, no? These pollens, thoughts of some which is not good. And again, this picking it up and putting into our heart. Yeah? Pollination, right? This is what happens. The bees are taking and transporting, and what is happening? Our mind is then in the bad association. What is happening? We are taking those thoughts and we think, yes, I should have that. I should have this. What is not good? What is not? And in that, yeah, and that way we should see. Okay, this is what we should do. Huh? Not from a non-devotee, but from a devotee. For that, what we should do? We should give up. We should give up bad association. We should give up bad association. We cannot say that I am a Uttama Adhikari, nothing will happen to me. I can go and preach to everyone. Uh, there is no chance of me falling down. Uh, I am immune. What is it called? Um, there is no chance of this pollen picking up problem for me. No, one must give up the association of materialistic persons. Generally, people are convinced of impersonal feature of the absolute because they do not associate with the devotees. They cannot understand the absolute truth. This is one more thing. Uh, that's why we usually see, okay, nature is so nice, nature is Lord. Okay, if there is really someone, because yes, till now science didn't find from where is the air coming, from where the water is coming. Let me call it as God. Uh, some energy, some power, light, water, and everything is God. Uh, no form. Lord doesn't has form. Because as soon as there is a form, you need to buy a coconut, you need to buy a flower, you need to buy a garbati, so many costs. If Lord is not having a form, there is no cost. You don't have to go to a temple. Huh? Hmm. So very, very cost effective model and also very practical, right? When something we cannot understand, why to think about it? Just remove from the list of question bank because there is no, they think there is no answer. The answer is none of the above. So one cannot understand. Only when one comes in association of devotees, he understands that Lord has a form. One may ask a question, but Mayavadi also have their own followers, their own devotees. No? There's association that only creates what? Bad association. Yeah. When the understanding is not correct, that will also poison. That's why it said that Mayavadi presenting Bhagavatam is like a snake which has poisoned the milk and that milk is given to you. Which means the milk is already poisoned. It will definitely, we may think that, hey, milk nutritions are coming to the person, but along with that, the poison is also coming. Hmm. One second. Hmm. So, in that way, here we see that one who has firm faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, uh, uh, being in their association, we ourselves are benefited. It is not that we go then someone is exploiting us. No, we go then there and we want to expose ourselves, our shortfalls, and be blessed. Association with devotees means association with the Lord. Ah, can you see the Lord? Can you see the Lord? Where? How can you associate with the Lord? How can you play with the Lord? How can you play with the Lord? Did you do it? Did it happen to you? How can you play? At how can you play? Yeah, to associate, yeah, you associate with the devotees of the Lord. Okay? Lord has devotees, right? So many are serving him. And when we are playing with him, when we are working with him, when we are talking with him, we are also talking with the Lord. Okay? Mm. So that's why you have to find, when you see Maharajas, when you see Swamis, what you have to do? You have to pay obeisances. You have to serve them. You have to give water. When you give water to sadhus, then you are giving water to Krishna. Do you see, if you give water to Krishna, a glass of water, is Krishna drinking? He is not drinking. But when you give a glass of water to sadhu, you can see that he is drinking, which means God is really drinking. To know that, what you do? You serve devotees. Okay? Because it is said that if you serve the Lord or if you serve the devotee, it is same. Hmm? A devotee who makes this association develops consciousness for rendering service to the Lord, and then being situated in the transcendental position of devotional service, he gradually becomes perfect. Okay? To become perfect, what we have to do? We have to be with devotees. So in that way, yeah, this verse is again also very, very powerful. Yeah. So in that way we understand or appreciate the beauty of service. Uh, so um, and then now comes, yeah, thus consciously engaged in devotional service, association of devotees, a person gains distaste for sense gratification both in this world and the next by constantly thinking about the activities of the Lord. This process of Krishna consciousness is the easiest process of mystic power. So, what is the easiest way is devotion. With bhakti, we don't have to. In the purport, of course, it again goes into further detail. I think I'll also stop somewhere. Maybe we'll have part three of this. Hmm. I don't want to run away quickly through this important learnings. Is yeah, it says that uh, in association of devotees, what is happening is a person gains. What is he gaining? Is he gaining money, fame, name, power? Nothing. He gains distaste to this material sense gratification, which is already very advanced. We can't even imagine what is the benefit of such a distaste. When we have distaste, then what we get. Huh? So, thus, by not engaging in service of the modes of material nature, but by developing Krishna consciousness, knowledge in renunciation, by practicing yoga, so this is all the list of all things one can do, one can gain. So in that way, one is blessed. Yeah, in that way, one is blessed. This is what we see. The practice of jnana and yoga is not complete without bhakti. This is what is said in the 26th verse. Yeah, why? This process of yeah. Here it says bhaktya puman. Puman means superior. Jata viraga uh, aindriyat. Yeah. Thus, consciously engaged in devotional service in the association of devotees, a person gains distaste both in this world and the next by constantly thinking about the activities of the Lord. This process is very easy. uh, and through this process, it hmm, through this process, what is happening? One is able to control his mind. Yeah. And in the purport, there is one reference. Yeah, how can one do that? Is by hearing to the. There are full literatures describing these activities of the Lord, especially Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Brahma Samhita. Uh, the sincere devotee who associates with devotees gets the opportunity to hear and contemplate the subject of pastimes of the Lord. The so-called happiness, what we think is not happiness. No, I'm looking for Yoga Yukta. Yeah, this position is called Yoga Yukta, where one who is fixed in mystic power is not disturbed by allurement of this world. He is interested in the matter of spiritual understanding. There are different levels of understanding the Lord. I think that will come in later purports, which explains that one can be um, in the oh no, that will come. There are different yogas because um, the questions that Devahuti asked. I will stop there. Hmm. After that, will tell us what is the Sankhya philosophy, what we want to learn, what she want to learn, and how it's helpful for her and as well as us. Uh, it is mentioned. So, thus, by not engaging in the service of material modes, but developing bhakti knowledge in renunciation, and by practicing yoga, one achieves me in this very life as impersonal Brahman. Hmm. This is called this bhakti mishrama jnana. Bhakti mishrama jnana means the knowledge uh, that we think that knowledge uh, is required for practicing bhakti. We want to acquire knowledge, and with knowledge we think that that is also Krishna. Knowing Him itself is also already bhakti. No, after that applying it, that is pure bhakti, without any interest and without any uh, feeling of knowledge that I am knowledgeable. All these things, he is a he is a pure devotee. Mm. And then, yeah, so Devahuti is asking me, not me, Devahuti is asking her son, no? She's asking, yeah, this is the verse. This is also, she's saying, on hearing this statement of Lord, Devahuti inquired, what kind of devotional service is worth developing and practicing to help me easily and immediately attain the service of your lotus feet? So nice question. She want to know now. It's what is that by doing immediately I can attain the feet of Lord. We are also very eager now. We don't have time for years and years to spend, and we also want fast food. We also want fast. We want everything fast, and yeah, Devahuti is asking very question that is relevant even for us. What kind of service? What kind of service? You said, okay, devotee association, okay. What kind of service and practicing to help me easily and immediately understand? In the purport, it says, in this lifetime, we can be successful. Hmm? It is stated in Bhagavad Gita that no one is barred from rendering service to the Lord, whether one is a woman or a laborer or a merchant. If he engages himself in the devotional service of the Lord, he is promoted to the highest perfectional stage and goes back home, back to Godhead. The devotional service most suitable for different types of devotees is determined and fixed by the mercy of the spiritual master. So, if we want to know what kind of service I have to do, whom to approach is spiritual master. Just like here, Devahuti, what she is doing, uh, Devahuti has approached her son, but we see that it's not just that relationship. It's not just the blood relationship, or it's that okay, this mother and son relationship, but it's actually that Devahuti already started accepting her son as the supreme Lord, and she's accepted her position as a surrendered soul, and she's asking, and she's getting the instructions. Yo yoga bhagavad banu, the arrows. Mm, what kind of yoga? Tell me, what is that yoga through which it should pierce um, like an arrow to the Lord for seeking bhakti. Yeah, just like you see in this Mahabharata or Ramayana, where someone takes an arrow and he shoots as an offering to the feet of the revered person. Here it said that uh, this bana, yeah, is arrow. The bhakti yoga system is just like an arrow aiming up to the supreme personality of Godhead. So she's asking, tell me that which can go like an arrow straight to the spot. So of all the you said yoga is good. What yoga? Yo yoga bhagavad bano nirvanatmam tvayodita कीदृशः कति चाङ्गानि यतस् तत्त्व va- vabodhanam tattva vabodhanam understanding. Yeah, so she's asking how many ways are there by which one can understand in truth that sublime yoga is nice. Tell me what is that yoga, how many ways are there, please let me know the nature of that yoga. Hmm? And then the purport Prabhupada gives that there are different kinds of mystic yogas. Hmm? And if we sum it up, there is this Jnana Yoga, which is about knowledge. There is Hatha Yoga, which is about breath control and seeing the Lord in the heart. And then there is the third one, which is Bhakti Yoga. So all yogas, if we put in a ladder, they come into these three levels of them. Yeah, this is what uh, uh, what is it? Kapila Muni, yeah, he is now answering. Yeah, this is the. Uh, there are different methods of self-realization, but here Devahuti especially refers to the Bhakti Yoga system, which has already been primarily explained by the Lord. The different parts of Bhakti Yoga are what are they? Hearing, chanting, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. No, you don't know this verse? Hmm. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. Yeah. So one can become a devotee by practicing any one of that. Yeah. The word nirvanatmam, yeah, is very significant here in this verse. Unless one accepts the process of devotional service, one cannot end the continuation of material existence. This is mainly telling about in Buddhism we know this word called nirvana. Nirvana stage means where there is an end. But uh, Prabhupada is mentioning it clearly that there is no end. It's always eternal. We are always eternally serving. Yeah. As far as jnanis are concerned, they are interested in jnana yoga. But even if one elevates oneself after a great performance of austerity to Brahman effulgence, uh, there is a chance of falling down. One can fall down from Brahman realization, from Brahma Jyoti, or even if one practiced and understood, realize the Lord in the heart, even he has a chance of falling down. The example given is a yogi like Vishwamitra Muni fell down. He realized the Lord in the Paramatma form in his heart, but a yogi could not. This Paramatma. It has been experienced that many yogis, such as Vishwamitra, fall down. But Bhakti Yoga, once approaching the Supreme Lord, never come back to this material world, as it is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, yad gatva na nirvan ni nivartante. Hmm? And tyaktva deham punarjanmam naiti me mati. So Arjuna. So this is what is the proof for us. So nirvana does not finish the existence of the soul. Uh, the soul is ever existing. Therefore, nirvana means to end one's material existence. And to end material existence means to go back to Godhead. So, and then we have this $1,000,000 question. Prabhupada is answering that. Sometimes it is asked how the living entity falls down from the spiritual world uh, to the material world. Here is the answer. Unless one is elevated to the Vaikuntha planets, directly in touch with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is prone to fall down. either from the impersonal Brahman or from an ecstatic trance of meditation. Another word in this words is Bhagavad Bhana. I think that we discussed already. So this is the yoga system that is what will be discussed. These are the questions. I just stopped at the question so that we can keep these questions in our mind and come back with looking for answers in the next session. Thank you so much. Are there any questions anyone has? Anyone want to share anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you Prabhuji for the nice session.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, about this 9 devotional service, oh, this chanting is the most, is it so that chanting is the most emphasized, or can one also follow, like one can hear kirtan all the time and don't do chanting? Is it?
No, but kirtan means chanting only, na?
Mhm. But it is
Kirtan means
listening, or
no. I mean, no. Shravanam is hearing.
yes, sorry, Shravanam, yes.
Yeah. When we come to the Shravanam part, yeah, Hanuman. If you remember when we were discussing about Ram Katha, yeah, he was eager to hear more and more. Yeah, if we are having that what do you call irresistible exponential appetite for hearing,
Mhm.
yeah, that also brings perfection in devotion.
Mhm.
Yeah, and again in every yuga there is also um, something that is valuable, right? For example, if you are going to India, yeah, if you have euros, you need to still have some rupees, na?
Mhm.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yes.
And then, yeah, maybe that example is not so well fits here. What I want to say is that in every yuga there is a means of how to achieve success. Hmm?
Mhm.
It's not so. For example, there are instant payments, and there are also payments that can take 2 days, 3 days, or even more.
Mhm.
Yeah, everything works. It's not that doesn't work. You can use your debit card, you can use your credit card, you can also use your all apps and everything. Huh? What is that can give you instant benefit with least effort? That is what is called Yuga Dharma.
Mhm.
Because in that Yuga, whatever is the most practical means to achieve success, optimum, right? So when we do anything, we also look for optimal point. What is that optimal? We don't want to waste anything.
Mhm.
And at the same time, whatever we do, we want to get the best of everything. So that is what is called Yuga Dharma, and then this chanting, the taking the holy name, yeah, and chanting the glories of the Lord and chanting the holy name of the Lord, both are same because the Lord and His pastimes are same. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So
So
this
in
is
that way, we
very.
see that any of these 9 processes, if one very sincerely takes it up and practices, he will achieve success. And in each yuga, there is also some special mercy in the form of one can take to meditation or what is this mantra chanting, yoga practices so that they can benefit. And in that way, there is a chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So through this, yeah, in various scriptures, in different references, we see that the one is blessed to take the name of the Lord, the Supreme Lord, directly.
Mhm.
Yeah, did it answer your question?
Yes, probably. So all will work, but Yuga Dharma has also special
Yeah,
place.
all will work. One can, yeah, it's something like if you want to go, you want to go by elevator, right? You don't want to walk through all the staircase.
Mhm. Mhm.
Of course, if you have a you call inclination to take over steps, yeah, why not? Even that also will give result.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone want to share anything? Questions? Of course, we didn't discuss that many verses, but we discussed very, very valuable points. Mhm. One example given was already Vishwamitra Muni, how he fell down. And we also know that from Brahma Jyoti stage also one falls down because he understands that this is not the eternal happiness. So he understands and he also falls down. So these are two. Yeah, because in that I think it's in this purport only, that he sees that no, this realization is not complete. So he comes and takes up to the devotional process. Yeah, till we reach the Vaikuntha planets. Yeah, because there one is I think properly cleansed, and one is properly also not only cleansed because the other yogas are also doing the cleaning process. One is coming to a liberation state also to come to a mukti. Siddhi, siddhi is one thing, salvation, then mukti is also achieved, liberation. But these are still not guaranteeing eternity, that one stays in the Vaikuntha planet. So it is only once he comes to this realization, no, it is in service of the Lord one can attain, then he can get it. Yeah. Until then, there is either accidental fall or intentional, or it's like accident. Like no, it is something like when we are driving and when we hit ourselves a car in front of us, that is also accident. And knowingly, unknowingly from side or back, if someone hits, both are accidents. Uh, in both there is a harm, there is injury, there is a loss. Yeah. But after that, if we understand, so now we have to be careful doing that, doing this, and then we can protect ourselves and get supreme. That's what we say. Spiritual master is the one, yeah, who helps us to navigate through this successfully. How to avoid all these detours, accidents. Yeah. Okay. Okay then. Yeah. Let's stop here. Thank you so much for joining. And I'm happy I didn't finish this chapter because I think there's some who are enjoying nice vacation. Maybe I'll kind of do a quick recap of this, but then we'll finish the chapter. I think this is the first chapter. No, this is second chapter. In so far, we took 3 sessions to finish, or we will take. Sagar Prabhu, what do you say? Any things you want to add?
No, Prabhuji, nothing to add. I was actually outside, so I was just hearing for now.
Okay, okay. Yeah, nice. Okay, then have a nice day, sunny day. Enjoy last weekend before the schools begin. Hare Krishna. जगल्परवेश्य कृपा सिंधुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत